All right, so stores must mark up the cost of their products to make a profit. So if you think about it, if a store were to sell something for the exact same amount of money that they purchased it for, then they wouldn't be making any money, any profit to go buy more supplies. So they have to charge more than what the material actually cost to keep their business running. So a store sells items for more than it pays for those items. The amount of increase is called the markup. The sales price, or the final price, is the amount that the customer actually pays. So here's an example. So Madison's Hardware Company marks up fall decorations by 12%. If she paid $15 for a metal pumpkin, how much will it sell for in her store? So here's some steps down here that we can follow. So step 1, we change the percent to a decimal. So when I was reading my question, it is important to find what they're actually asking us for, okay? So I'm going to get my highlighter tool. I see they mark up, so that's a keyword, by 12%. Okay, so that's also important. I also see that it says, how much will it sell for? So I'm wanting the overall final cost when I go up to the cash register, or what's going to be on that sticker rather. What's going to be on that sales sticker on my metal pumpkin here. So step 1, change the percent to a decimal. Now, if you don't remember how to do that, here's a little blurb for you. So we always, to change a percent to a decimal, you move the decimal 2 places to the left. So that 12% turns into 0.12. So we moved it twice to the left, we get 0.12. Once we have that, step 2, find the markup by multiplying. All right, so when we multiply these two numbers together, that's going to tell us how much more expensive the item is going to be. So if I were to multiply 0.12 times 15, I get 1.8. Now it's important to remember that we're talking about money. So I'm going to go put a dollar sign in front of this. That doesn't look right. Okay, so remember, money has to have 2 decimal places. It goes out to the hundredths place. So to make 1.8 look like money, I'm going to add a 0 to make it say $1.80. Okay, so that's how much extra Madison is going to charge. But the question, it doesn't say how much extra, right? It says how much will it sell for. So to get that, I have to add. So mark up. If I'm marking something up, it's getting more expensive. I'm adding to it. So I'm going to add that $1.80 to my $15 to get my total cost of $16.80. Okay? So let's look at a few more practice problems. Okay, so Emily buys lunch boxes for $4. I got tongue-tied. She sells them to her classmates at a markup of 20%. How much would it cost for you to buy a lunch box from her? So first of all, I'm going to look for my keywords. I'm going to get my highlighter. I see that it is a markup. And I see I'm marking it up by 20%. But I also need to know, well, what is the actual question, okay? So it says, how much would it cost? That means I want the total amount for that lunchbox after the markup, okay? So let's go through our steps to work this out. So step 1 is to turn our percent into a decimal. So 20%, can move that twice to the left, and I get 0.20. Step 2. Step 2 says I need to multiply my decimal. So it used to be percent, now it's a decimal. I'm going to multiply that to my money amount. So they originally cost $4. So if I multiply 0.20 times 4, I get 0.8. Now, just like earlier, this doesn't look right. We're talking about money, so the first thing I'm going to do is add a dollar sign. And then I'm going to add a 0 to make it look like 80 cents. Because 0.8 doesn't really look like money. All right. Step 3 is to add that back to the original amount. So they originally cost $4. I marked them up by 80 cents. So my final cost is going to be $4.80. Now, it's important to know what these numbers are and understand what these numbers are. So just to be clear, the 80 cents, oops, I colored that the wrong color. Let me erase it. Okay, so the 80 cents, that's actually the markup, okay? So when you multiply, when you turn this to a decimal and multiply, that's the markup. That is how much extra that we're being charged. But how much it cost, the sales price or the final price, is $4.80. So it's important to understand the differences in these numbers, okay? Here's another example. So Coach B can buy Spanish to English dictionaries for $12 each. He wants to sell them and make a 20% profit. How much would it cost for you to buy a dictionary from him? And that should be a question mark, just a little typo. So first of all, I see 20%, and I see that I'm talking about a profit, which means I'm wanting to mark up my dictionaries, okay? Because I'm wanting to make a profit, I need to sell them for more than they are originally worth, okay? So that's profit. If I'm wanting to make a profit, then I'm needing to mark my price up. Then the actual question here says, how much would it cost? So that means I want the total or the sales price, okay? I want the whole amount for those dictionaries. So let's go through our steps. So step 1 is to turn our percent into a decimal. So I move it twice to the left and I get 0.20. Step 2 is to take that decimal and multiply it with the original cost of the dictionary, so $12. So if I take my 0.20 and I multiply it by 12, I get 2.4. Now, once again, that doesn't look like money, so I'm going to go put a dollar sign in front of it. And then I'm going to add a 0 so that it looks more like dollars and pennies. So 40 cents. Okay. Step 3 tells me that I need to add that amount back to the original cost. So they originally cost $12. I'm going to mark them up by $2.40. So I get a final cost $14.40. Okay, so like I was saying earlier, it is important that we understand the differences in these numbers. Okay, so the $14.40, that is how much the dictionary cost if you were to go purchase it from Coach B, because he marked it up $2.40. Okay, so this is the actual markup. This is his profit. So for every dictionary, he makes $2.40 profit. It cost us $14.40 to purchase it. All right, so here are 4 practice problems that you can try and work out on your own. So remember that the markup is after you multiply by the decimal. The selling price is after you've added it back to your total. I also want to point out that 120%, if I were going to make that into a decimal, so remember, we're moving it twice to the left. So I'm going to just give you a little hint on this one. So if I have 120%, right, 120%, I want to make it a decimal. Right now, my decimal is at the end. So if I were to move it over once, it would be here. Twice, it would be here. So actually, 120% as a decimal is 1.20. Similarly, you have to be careful down here in number 4 with 4.5%. So right now, your decimal is here, right? So if I wanted to make this into a decimal, not a percent, I would move it over once, but that's not far enough, right? I have to move it twice. So if I want to move it over again, I have to put a placeholder here. I have to put a 0 here. So just be careful with 1 and 4 with those decimals. Okay. So next slide, the next few examples here are about discount. So remember we said the markup is when I'm adding to the original cost so that I can make a profit, right? A discount is when I subtract from the original cost. So for discount, we subtract because we pay less, all right? A markup means the price goes up. A discount or a markdown, either way, you can call it either one of those, is when we subtract because we're paying less, okay? So when an item is on sale, the amount by which the regular price of an item is reduced is called the discount. Oops. There we go. The discount. So once again, the sale price is the regular price minus the discount. So once again, remember with discount, we subtract. So here's an example. Kelly's Cool Clothes is having a 20% off sale. If a shirt costs $18 at the regular price, how much is the sale price? So I'm going to get my highlighter again so we can start looking for keywords. So right here, here's what's telling me what I need to know. 20% off sale. All right, so there's my 20%, so I know how much I'm discounting. And it's coming off of the original amount, so it's getting smaller. And sale is also telling me that I should be subtracting. Okay, so there's some keywords. And it says it costs $18 at the regular. How much is the sale price? So I'm wanting to know how much it cost after the discount. Now, good news, just like markup, our process for solving this is exactly the same. So first thing we want to do is we want to turn that percent to a decimal. So 20% is the same as 0.20. And then we're going to multiply. So if I were to do 0.20 times 18, I get 3.6. Now, just like earlier, I want to make this look like money. So I'm going to add a dollar sign and put a 0 at the end. Okay, so $3.60. Now, that is our discount. So that's how much money we save. But if we want to know how much we have to pay, we have to subtract that from the original amount. So if I were to do 18, subtract $3.60. If you were to do that in your calculator, you get 14.4, which, like I said, I want this to look like money, so I'm going to put a dollar sign and add a 0 there to represent 40 cents. Okay? So just like earlier, this $3.60 is how much money we save. The $14.40 is how much we pay. Okay? So the $14.40, that's our total. That's how much we pay. The $3.60 from step number 2 is how much money we save. That's the amount of the discount. Let's go look at 2 more examples. All right. So Austin is decorating his new house. He found a table at IKEA for $245. It was on sale for 20% off. So there's my keywords. How much is the sale price? So they're asking me, what's it going to cost after that discount? Okay, so let's go through our steps. It's just like before. Step 1 is still to turn that percent into a decimal. Oh my goodness. There we go. So step 1 is to turn that percent into a decimal. So 20%, if I move that decimal twice to the left, I get 0.20. Okay. Step number 2, just like before, is to multiply that decimal we just came up with. Having trouble typing. There we go. Is to multiply that decimal to the original money amount. So originally it cost $245. So if we were to type this in our calculator, so 0.20 times 245, we get 49. Now this is talking about money, so I'm going to go put a dollar sign in front. Okay? So just to be clear about what that means. So the $49 is how much money that he's saving. So that $49 is how much he is saving on his table. Okay? So step 3, to get the actual price, I'm going to add that to the original amount. So originally it cost $245. I'm going to add the $49. I'm sorry, subtract, because it's on sale. I'm going to subtract the $49. And what do we get? We get $196. $196. So that's the final price. So just to, one more time, to clarify, this is the total. Okay, this is the total. The $49, so that's what they would pay at IKEA. That's how much it cost when they put it at the register or add to cart. Okay, the $49 is how much that they saved. That's the discount amount. All right. So Coach G's Sports Store has footballs for $9. Dakota has a coupon for 15% off of one item. So there's my keys, 15% off. How much would he pay for the football? So they're wanting to know, what is the final cost? How much would he pay? Okay, so let's go through our steps. Step 1, just like before, is to turn our percent into a decimal. So step 1, percent to a decimal. So this time we have 15%. So 15% into a decimal is 0.15. Okay, so it's always going to be step 1 for these type problems. Step 2 is to take that decimal that we just found and multiply it by the original amount. So originally it cost $9. So if we were to, in our calculator, take 0.15, multiply it by 9, we get 135 or 1.35. Now, since it's money, we're talking about buying things, I'm going to put a dollar sign in front. Step 3 is to take that amount, and we're either going to add or subtract. So in this case, since it's 15% off, it's discounted, I'm going to subtract it. So I've got my $9, and I'm going to subtract $1.35 because it was on sale. So $9 minus $1.35 is $7.65. Okay? And one more time, like I said, just to clarify so we understand what these numbers mean, this is how much he pays. So it used to be $9, but it's on sale for $7.65. That's how much it's on sale for. That $1.35, that is the discount. That's how much money you saved. So you only paid $7.65 because you saved $1.35. This last slide here, it's just some 4 practice problems for you to work out, and then that's the end of the notes.